Hey guys, I am back. I'm back with little Monroe. I'm going to do a changing video of her, with her, as well as chat about the topic in the title. It's not the greatest weather this weekend, so I'm going to keep her in sleepers. So I'm going to put this beautiful little Next watercolor, animal watercolor sleeper on her. I really love the colors of this. It's great for a boy or a girl. I think it's just pretty, the different colors that are in it. And so I will change her while I chat about whether or not do you choose your friends based on the dolls they collect. Yet another topic. I've not heard this discussed on another channel, so I don't know if this has ever been brought up. I know that what prompted me to want to talk about it is that over the years I've been told by fellow doll collectors that don't particularly care for me. There's only a couple that I know of in the doll community that don't like me, but those particular collectors used to say that I was a doll snob and that I was an elitist and I only chose my friends based on, you know, who had high-end dolls, which is the most silly, ridiculous thing I have heard of. But I figured it would be an interesting topic to chat about because I can see both sides to it. So I can tell you personally, for me, I have known many different types of collectors over the years. When I say different types of collectors that don't necessarily collect the same dolls that I collect. In fact, a lot of some of my best friends that I have made in this hobby over the years may not even collect silicone dolls at all, or I have made friends outside of the doll hobby and they're collectors of other sorts. So really, I gain my friendships and grow my friendships based on people's personalities. And is it nice, and can I understand why especially doll collectors tend to migrate towards others that may have the same or share the same passion for specific types of dolls? I can totally understand that. But what I call that, like someone just choosing their friends, you know, only because they have certain types of dolls, I don't think so. I can see why it would be viewed that way though. So let me use for an example. Like most of my longtime doll friends I have had for years and years and years. I've known them through old forums, long before YouTube ever was around, you know, even before we were using Facebook, because that wasn't a popular way to share our dolls at the time. And I, you know, had friends that I just have acquired over the years just throughout this whole process of collecting. And I wasn't always a silicone doll collector. I, you know, at one point in time only liked vinyl reborns. And now in my later, more recent years of collecting, you guys really only see me collect silicone for the most part. I've brought home some vinyl reborns, but for most of you, you'll know that my true love really is in this medium, especially this particular baby. Like, I have love and affection for this doll like I have had for no other doll ever in my many years of collecting. And why that is because she is so ultra realistic to me. She is the best of the best. I truly enjoy everything about her. And so that can be looked at like people that know who my circle, I'm going to quote unquote, air quote, circle of friends are other collectors that have the Dwayne Edition dolls. And yes, there's truth to that, but I will tell you that I was friends with majority of them long before we ever had Dwayne dolls. Some people I followed before they ever had a Claire Taylor doll, because some people say I'm a Claire Taylor doll snob and I only talk to people that have Claire Taylor silicone dolls. Crazy, because majority of my friends don't even collect silicone dolls. If they do, they're just newly into it. And I choose my friends based on, you know, their personalities, what we have in common. And a lot of my true friends that are made through the doll community actually we talk about more things that are not doll related than we do dolls. Like they know personal things about me. Some I have met in person, and I've just become quite attached to, and they're just a daily part of my lives and in my life. And so, I do not choose people based on the dolls they collect. I think that is silly. But I can see where people start following, if they have a channel, a YouTube channel, or if they have an Instagram account, or both, they follow them because they like the dolls that they have, and then naturally a friendship may occur after that. I totally get that happens all the time. And it's nice, let's face it, it's nice to chat with other mommies that have similar interests in the type of dolls that you collect. It gives you something to actually talk about that is just truly love of dolls, dolly related, and maybe nothing else. Like I have different types of friendships with different people and for different reasons. But it makes me chuckle that people think that that's the only reason why I would talk to certain people and I would snub others that don't collect the same dolls as I. No, not the case. In fact, I like to talk to different types of collectors so I can learn about other dolls that I might not have typically enjoyed. I talk to people that collect ball jointed dolls. I think that for a period of time, I actually collected some ball jointed dolls. I just, didn't share them on a channel at the time. And so I have a love of many hobbies. And that's something that some of you out there know about me and some of you may not realize, is that I am a collector of many things. I do traveler planners. I do different journaling. I have high-end bags, which I have shared a video of that a while back. Like, I collect many things. I collect fine jewelry. I used to design fine jewelry. Like, I am a collector at heart of many different kinds of things. And so I tend to connect with people that just share anything that I like. And if a real friendship develops out of that, or if it's just an acquaintance that's just amongst the hobby, that particular hobby, so to speak, then I'm fine with it. I kind of go with the flow, and I have become a little bit more guarded about who my friends are and who I allow into my personal life. So I don't have a ton of friends, but I have a ton of acquaintances and a ton of people I have gotten to know over the years, through social media, through different hobbies. So not just the doll hobby, but also in the journaling hobby, also in the watch buying hobby. I collect watches as well. So it really is, like, I think what draws us initially to a person might be a similar taste for things. But to be able to become friends with somebody has nothing to do with what they have or collect, or the type of, only high-end doll collectors I will only talk to. No, I like to talk to everybody of all ranges in this hobby. I think that's what one of the fun parts of doing live stream videos is, that you get to know people that you don't normally get to talk with in someone's live stream. People that may not visit my channel visit another person's channel and I didn't know about. I get to chat with them, and you learn a little bit more about other, collectors, whether they're newer or just newer to maybe YouTube or something. It's just fun to meet new people and chat with different people and listen to other people's perspectives on things. I'm a person that likes to acquire knowledge about all sorts of things. It's just my nature. And that goes for like work stuff, doll hobby stuff, other hobby stuff. It really is just my nature to want to learn all I can about different things and get to know people and their ways and how people collect and, what they like, what they don't like. It's all that sort of thing. I don't know. That's just, and I might be different from other collectors out there. There might be collectors that only like to, have deeper friendships with those that share similar interests. It really, just like everything else I say in this hobby, is that there's no wrong way to make friends. If you let it happen organically and naturally on its own, it'll just be that. It'll just be a wonderful friendship. And that's really how most of my true deep friendships have become real real life friendships outside of the hobby. It just happened organically, and we just have a lot in common. And it's funny how when you first start talking to somebody, you don't realize what you might have in common with them until you actually start, chatting with them. And then suddenly you're like, wow, this person is so much like me. I had no idea. And it's funny because a lot of my friends, the one thing that I have found over the years that I've had in common with a lot of them is that they share the love of horses. Yet another thing that I grew up, doing, riding horses, showing horses. And so I have found that there are a lot of doll collectors that are currently are horse owners or previously. Hold on one second. Excuse me, no. Hey, go lay down. Sorry, guys. I should edit that out, but I probably won't take the time to do that. But anyways, yeah. So to answer the question, I'm curious. Do you guys kind of, choose your doll friends in the community based on the dolls that they have? Because that's a passion of sharing something you like together. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that by any means. I think that people choose their friends for different reasons, and I am all for however it happens and what makes people happy. I mean, we tend to, flock together with things we flock together with people we have things in common with. That's just a natural human thing. So it would be no different if we do the same for, this hobby. But that would not be the sole purpose. It might be the reason why I've come across and crossed paths with some people that I've become friends with, but it's definitely not the factor of why I became friends with them, if that makes any sense. But I do hear of newer collectors who feel like they can't get in with certain groups of friends, and I totally understand that. And part of that really is that I think over the years, if you've been in this hobby long enough, you don't know people, and you're a little bit cautious and guarded with who you want to open yourself up to. So just bear that in mind. But you will find other people that have things in common with you, and you'll develop your own friendships over time, and it'll happen all on its own. You won't even, it's done without even trying. It just kind of happens. It's how I found some of my best, most dearest friends in my life through this hobby. And it's wonderful. It's just kind of all part of it. It's part of our journeys in the doll collecting world and in the community. It really does, you may not click with some people. It's just like in life. You may not click with everybody you come in contact with, but you will find your group of friends and develop that over time, and who you like to chat with on a regular basis. And that's really also part of the draw of this community, is that we have something that we can come together and chit chat about, even if we don't have a ton in common, So it's a great starting place, this hobby, I think, to develop different friendships. But also, with that being said, you have to be careful because it's online. You don't know really who you're talking to, and it takes time to get to know whether someone is truly trustworthy. And so, yes, I'm truly a very guarded person about, meeting new people, but I do tend to try to be open about it and see the best in people, and and hopefully if it's a friendship that's going to happen, it'll happen on its own. And that's exactly what's happened over the years. So I've been very lucky and very fortunate to have gained some really amazing, special people in my life, and for that I'm very, very grateful. So I mean, that's just another benefit to this hobby. Honestly, it's something I truly enjoy, is the fact that I've got to know such beautiful people. And it doesn't matter what kind of doll they collect. That's for sure. But anyways, I just thought that would be a fun topic. Please feel free to share your thoughts on this. I would love to hear what your experience is, whether you've been in the hobby for a while and you have developed lots of friends, or if you're new to this and you're kind of struggling. I would love to hear it, because I think it's very helpful for all of us, that have been around for a while, that have established really good friendships with all different groups of people, to kind of share how to get to that point, if that's what you're seeking. I think for a lot of us in the doll hobby, we seek that camaraderie and like to be able to share our experiences, because a lot of us don't have people in our area to do that with face-to-face and in person. And we don't always have supportive family members or friends that we would even share our dolls with. So it's nice to have that love and share, our experiences with another dolly collector, So yeah, feel free to share your thoughts below, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. Here's little Monroe in her little next watercolor sleeper. I love this on her. So I hope you're having a fabulous weekend, guys, and we will see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.